is a famous saying, "A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is still putting on its shoes." Ironically, that quote is attributed to Mark Twain, but there is no evidence that he ever said it or wrote it. It's been repeated so many times, people just believe it to be true. Smear campaigns are a form of online bullying and harassment because they're built on lies, public shaming, and coordinated pressure meant to damage someone's reputation and isolate them. The person who's doing the smearing will use social media platforms as a weapon. They will encourage others to pile on, mock the target. They will use friends, followers, and flying monkeys to spread the misinformation about their target. And the goal isn't truth. It's control, humiliation, and harm, which puts victims and survivors of abuse safety at risk. There are several parts to a smear campaign, and each of those parts rely on the other parts to survive. It starts when someone feels threatened, embarrassed, or rejected, and they look for a way to punish and control the target. They will use information they have gathered about their target, pull out half-truths, exaggerations, or outright lies, then shape the narrative that puts the target in the worst possible light. They will repeat the claim anywhere they can. They loop in friends, followers, or flying monkeys to keep the story circulating so it starts to feel believable. They reduce the target to a label by calling them dangerous or abusive. Once people accept the label, everything about that target is filtered through it. They will stir up outrage, pity, or fear. The goal is to push people into reacting without checking the facts. This is commonly referred to as rage baiting. They try to cut off the target's support system by warning others to stay away, creating a chill around the person that they are attacking. They often exaggerate their own experiences, claiming credentials or years of experience that they don't have, so their narrative sounds more believable and gives their attacks extra weight against the target. They misrepresent documents, share out-of-context screenshots, or manufacture proof to support their accusations and make the attack look grounded in fact. If the target defends themselves, the smearer will accuse their target of gaslighting, projection, or deflecting. If the target stays quiet, they frame it as an admission of guilt. Either way, they will twist the response. If they are challenged, they will ramp up the pressure by reaching out to the target's family, friends, workplace, or in domestic violence cases, even the restrained party. The goal is to intimidate their target into silence and make the fallout too overwhelming to fight. They cast themselves as the truth teller, acting like they're saving others from the target. This makes their attacks look noble instead of harmful, and it keeps people from asking questions about their actions that caused the chaos. When the smearer's narrative starts to fall apart, They will deny their actions, go after the person who's exposing their behavior, and flip the roles so they look like the victim. This leaves bystanders confused and blurs what actually happened. There is always something that they want, whether it's attention, control, revenge, influence, or money. The chaos serves a purpose. For bystanders, pause before defending someone you only know through a parasocial connection. Check the facts first. Don't amplify a story you haven't verified, especially about someone you've never met. Smear campaigns spread fast when people repeat a narrative crafted by someone else, and the damage hits victims and survivors of abuse the hardest. Victims and survivors of abuse are already struggling enough to be believed. Don't be the reason that victims are afraid to come forward and report the abuse because they ended up staying in an abusive relationship for fear of being harassed, bullied, and ridiculed online when they are seeking support. If you are experiencing a smear campaign, online bullying, and harassment, choosing to respond is a personal choice. If you choose to respond, do so with a plan and from a place of strength. Don't be afraid to ask others who have gone through the same thing for advice. And remember, you alone own the rights to your story. If you are a victim or a survivor of domestic violence and abuse, please contact the 501c4 nonprofit organization No Peace, No Quiet for more information. I hope this information was helpful, and as always, be careful who you follow. Have a great day, everybody.